Speaking of which, let's just go ahead and talk about it. Let's get into the opinion segment.
Sir, if I may venture an opinion.
I'm not really interested in your opinion, 3PO.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
So, Matt, you said Urban Meyer. Is that just kind of like that's just pie in the sky just popped into your head, or do you think that's something legit there?
Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't his name be on the list? Every time there's a big opening somewhere at any school, his name's being thrown around. I wouldn't put it past LSU.
Well, he's got a pattern, though. He needs to have the health issues first, and then he can leave.
Well, we still got a lot of time before January, Wes.
Right, that's true. Jumped the gun there. Sorry.
Yeah, the winter in Jacksonville is just
it's devastating.
Medical condition inducing.
Yeah,
Here's the other thing that immediately popped in my brain, and again, this is all conjecture. This is all writing, making castles in the sky, so to speak. What if they go back to Lynchburg and get old Hugh Freeze back in the SEC?
That's a name. I'm still shocked that Tennessee didn't hire him, by the way. I'm still shocked at that.
There was too much on the table as far as stuff like that goes.
Well, like I said, I think they did all right with Heupel. But yeah, I mean, he's kind of a name that was, high up on a lot of people's lists for a while. And then things got quiet. And I don't know. That might be interesting.
I'm looking up because I had to find it. 247 Sports posted 11 hours ago. LSU coaching candidates. Here's their list. Jimbo Fisher, James Franklin, Luke Fickell, Joe Brady, Phil Napier, Lane Kiffin, Bob Stoops, Bill O'Brien, take him, goodbye, Mel Tucker, Miranda, and Matt Rule.
Yeah. Well, like you said, Jimbo, he makes a lot of sense. A lot of people are talking about him. He's got a lot of ties to LSU, and they're like AD, like we're saying, Scott Woodward. So, I mean.
Oh, man, you want to talk about putting fire on that rivalry.
You have to put so much money, though. He's got a lot of money at A&M, and they're about to have to pay.
And that's the thing is money.
They're paying a buyout.
Right. Money is the thing, but hey, if the boosters want it bad enough, it might happen.
An option.
Where's Matt Rule at? Isn't he at is he with the Panthers? Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh man, I don't even want to think about what
Cincinnati's coach, though. That's one of the ones on there. He could be an option.
You don't want to hire a Cincinnati coach.
You don't want to hire a Cincinnati coach, but from his perspective, it could work. Because if for some reason they get snubbed again for a playoff and he's like, I need to do something to get a team to a playoff, you go to the SEC.
Yeah.
Well, Scott Woodward is the one who was at A&M. He was their AD who hired Jimbo away from FSU. So now he's at LSU. And so, I don't know. That could happen. I did hear Kiffin. Did you say was James Franklin in that mix?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. I mean, I think he would also be a highly sought after one to come back to the SEC. And that would be interesting.
Bill O'Brien, if you really want to poach another coordinator. Okay.
You're just like pushing all these.
Yeah. Cause that's worked out real well for people in the past couple of years, hasn't it?
Yeah. You're like, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. But one thing that is kind of scary is, like you said, I don't think it's going to take much for LSU to win because of the talent pool that they have to draw from. And so the scary thing is if they were able to get a top tier, top 5, top 10 ranked coach, who you would, from your imaginary list or what have you. That's kind of scary if they were able to get
somebody like James Franklin, who has talent at Penn State. You have to look too. A lot of times when coaches transfer, some of the talent transfers too, if they can. So you got to look at that as well. When it's not just a coaching hire that you get. Sometimes you also get those big transfers.
It's how Kentucky got their starting quarterback right now. Levis came over from Penn State with Liam Cohen from Penn State. So you never know who might come as well. So,
yeah.
All right. Any more thoughts? Any more names? It's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be a highly sought after one.
Is there anybody that's been out for a year or two that potentially could slide back in? I'm trying to think if there's any.
You mentioned Bob Stoops. Was that a name?
Yeah, Bob Stoops is on that list.
He's been out of it. He's been out of it.
Don't even put that voodoo on the list, because if Bob Stoops ends up in the SEC, I will be so upset.
How funny would that be, though, after he disparaged the SEC every year? that would be hilarious.
That seriously makes my stomach roll over. Like that's an awful thought. I don't want that blankety blank anywhere near the conference. It's bad enough we let his brother in.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I got nothing.
His brother seems like a cool dude, though. He's
fine.
Built a great program up there with consistency. Anyway, all right. Well, so yeah, it's going to be an interesting one to watch.